Morning, everybody. This is Michelle here on a Monday. It's Monday. I hope everybody's doing fantastic, magnificently, and marvelous because I am. Today is, or the date or day is 10/16/2023. And the place to be, baby. So I just wanted to let you know I'll be starting back my podcast in about a week or so, a little bit, maybe over a week or so, because it's going to be really, really important that I kind of walk you through stages of things properly and correctly. Because I know some people are paying attention to what I'm saying, and I do appreciate your support, whether anonymously, silently, however you receive it or sense and receive it. I do appreciate that. But you're going to always run into people. That's why I say you can't fool your consciousness. We just got to make this clear and effective. Okay, and the dangers behind that. I told you there's some dangers behind attempting to fool your consciousness, and being more than you are, and attempting to do more things than you. There's a lot of delusion. Just put it that way. And I was just reading some information provided by my teacher, and I told you who my teacher is, and I'm just going to keep it like that, where I get the main source of my information as well as my self-education, and also I get my learning from nature. I get my learning from other people, believe it or not. I get my learning through being logical, rational, and reasonable, and I also make sure I have all of my sensing attached to all of that, and I've said all of this many, many times. So, and I told you the importance of meditation. And I just want to make something very clear about meditation. If you're not sitting your ass down, as I asked you to, in a kind, gentle way, just having fun, you need to just sit there and observe and concentrate. But when you get in there, when you go into meditation and attempting to influence stuff, meaning to project your will on your meditation, that's where you're running into dangers. And I need to make that very clear and effective. Okay, you're running into dangers because, again, you're interfering instead of just sitting there and concentrating. I told you the best way to start is on your breathing. Just sitting there, and if thoughts appear, you just allow them appear and let them, and not be attached to them. That's as simply as it is. It's that simple. I have over 30 years of experience in meditation, as I told you. So I have incorporated via habit to have meditation in most of everything I do. So sometimes I'm not even aware. I mean, I am aware because I'm conscious, but it's a form of meditation is my point. But you really, really have to be in control of yourself before you attempt to, and I told you a lot of people attempt to overcompensate and try to just take on more than they can handle. And I'm telling you that's dangerous to do so. So what I'm going to do is introduce something of which are called prayers, that prayers towards the consciousness. This has nothing to do with religion, praying. I just want to make that very clear. But I think a lot of people go into meditation when they're starting to meditate and they can't concentrate. They start wandering off and creating fantasies and delusions and illusions and this and that and the other. And I'm telling you that's very dangerous, because you can severely damage your consciousness and cause yourself to go insane. How about that? Okay. So when I start my podcast back in about a week, a little bit over a week from now, I'm gonna introduce stuff that has been taught to me about non-religious praying. Okay, it's a non-religious praying, and what it does is allow people to speak, because people wanna think, overthink actually, and a lot of people are not used to just sitting there calmly concentrating. Okay, and so that, especially those that are new to it, and some that are already been into it, when you go into what you call a meditative state, it's about concentrating. and not interfering at all, and having no expectations, no beliefs, no nothing. Now, if you want to do some type of visualization, that's different and completely different. But I would avoid that too. For now, if you do not understand the powers and the might of your thoughts, okay, I can visualize. I mean, it's not that I'm even visualizing, to be honest. It's just stuff that appears to me, and I won't talk no more about that, because that causes a lot of confusion. In other words, I'm not interfering in it. It just appears. And I told you also, you get signs and signposts. And signs and signposts are literally signs and signposts. But you have to contemplate it figuratively, metaphorically, as it appears literally. So that's, I'll stay away from that, because that becomes so my point is, I need to be very aware of the different stages of meditation. I also need to be aware of the different stages of beliefs, and so, but at the same time, as an individual taking in stuff, you're still responsible for your behavior nonetheless, no matter what's coming out of anybody's mouth or what information that I'm providing, or anybody else for that matter. You still are responsible and accountable for contemplating, cultivating, meditating properly, and not to ruminate. So when my podcast starts back, I'll go into certain things just to help people because there are some people that are really, really connected to what I'm talking about, and I know that. But then you always will find those that are looking to be in it, to seek advantage. And that means seek advantage over everybody else, and to project. In other words, they're looking in and they're stealing ideas, they're stealing concepts. So they're going to attempt to leapfrog over everybody and claim that they have this kind of knowledge of something that they don't. That they are professionals and experts, and so-called professionals, so-called experts, so-called gurus, so-called masters, so-called this or that and the other. And all they're doing is piecing together bits and pieces of other people's information. And I told you, I know there's a technology out there that makes this very clear to me, that everybody knows what everybody's looking for. I don't pay attention to that, because I'm just flowing. I'm just flowing through life. But there's a lot of people that are attempting to pick up bits and pieces of what everybody's talking about, whether they're eavesdropping on conversations, whether they're surveilling people, whether they're monitoring cell phone. It's just a constant. We're always under constant surveillance, whether it's from the satellites, whether it's from our cell phone technology, our laptop technology. So someone's always looking in, and they're always pulling out bits and pieces of information. And that is what causes misinformation. Okay, and I'm telling you, individually, that causes also damage to your consciousness, and that can send you into a psychotic episode that you may not come out of, where you have to be committed. Okay, I'm being extremely serious about that. So, again, be kind and gentle with yourself, and do everything in your power to control yourself, and not be so concerned about what everybody else is doing, because that's what people are doing. They want the advantage. They want to be breaking news. They want everyone to think, okay, I know this. I talked about this first. They want to be on top. They want to be all knowing. And I told you, your consciousness is not going to allow it if that's not true. Okay? Something deep within you knows more about you than you will ever know. Okay, your consciousness is there to protect you, though. Despite all of that, despite your illogical and the unreasonable behaviors and actions, your consciousness is still there to protect you. That's why a lot of people don't know about certain things with their, with the time. And I talk about time because time is a important factor, but at the same time, certain things about it are irrelevant, to those that are attempting to cheat. That's my point. I'm addressing this to people that are attempting to cheat and go into these stages of delusion about how important they think they are. And they're attempting to do it with techniques that have been around for millions of years. But they attempt to bestow themselves as all knowing of even that, or even age-old, million-year-old techniques and knowledge and such. We have some people that think they are even above that. And that's the extremeness and the dangers that we're facing. Everybody wants to know or find out things about certain information about things just so they can be on top of it and be the ones that discovered. Just like we just had a holiday, a manufactured holiday about the delusions of certain groups of people that always think that they're the ones that are discovering things. And in most cases, a lot of these so-called, geniuses have stolen technology from others. I told you about Tesla. Okay, how Tesla mysteriously had some kind of mysterious illness or something mysteriously happened to him, but I told you he had a visitor also. Okay, so, and you'll be surprised with that. Well, you may not, but you will be. You'll be surprised who that visitor was. So, I'm sorry about my eyes, but anyway. So that's why I prefer, I think I'm going to do more podcasting than visual because of, I can't sit still sometimes. This is what I do. There's nothing weird about it, but people make everything weird that I like to, I like to move around. I'm a moving human being. How about that? But I do know how to rest. And I do know how to relax. And I'm resting and relaxing right now. How about that? So anyway, I just want to say again this morning on a Monday, which means what? Not a goddamn thing. And that's what's going to be a revelation for a lot of people. A lot of things don't mean a goddamn thing. And we're going to have to dump all this stuff that we're holding on in memory and allow the right type of memory to be a set, to reach you or provide you with information that you need. So just focus on the individual. And I'm telling you, billions and billions and billions of other people are not doing that. All they're doing is worrying about what everybody else is doing and trying to keep on top and want to be better and masters. And that goes across all spectrums, okay, across all nationalities, across all religions, across all genders. There's always that type of individual who wants to be a master of everybody and they love being in the pyramid and looking down on people and bestowing themselves as, just prime real estate. They think they are prime real estate. But I told you what can happen to real estate. Okay? It can be burned to the ground. Okay? It can be flooded away, eroded as if it never existed. Okay? So I just want to share that on this Monday. I'm getting ready to run around, do some things that I need to do, handle my business, and enjoy my life and be enthusiastic about what I'm doing. I feel enthusiastic about what I'm doing because I feel like I am reaching certain people, and my voice will reach the right ears. And I also, when I start doing my podcast, I'm going to make sure I make it clear that this is just information. And I want people to get into the habit of just being passive about information. Well, it doesn't matter who it's coming from. To be passive. And in other words, to listen, but it not be, and also to release your personal experiences as much you can from everything. Just kind of let things be impersonal and be passive about it and just allow things to come in. We need to bring things into us. Okay, we need some knowledge and whatever to come into us so that we can cultivate our thoughts properly and not injure ourselves anymore than we are via our consciousness, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. I'm getting hungry, of course. And I want to send peace and love to everyone all over the stars, all over the moon and mountains. And trust me, I'll be back.